Hello and Happy New Year everyone. Welcome back to the Musical Instrument Investigator, and I hope you all have a wonderful 2024. So starting off the new year, we are on the website of Gerrards Auctions based in the UK, and they have an auction coming up on the 7th of January. It's the 4th today, so a few days left to go, and this has lots of different stuff, but it happens to have some musical instruments. It's not a crazy amount, it's a little bit under what we'd normally look at, because I think we were looking at 28 or 27 items, but a few violins I thought might be interesting to start the year off. Like I say, you never know what you might find in these smaller auctions, so I thought it might be worth having a look. Looks like the buyer's premium is about 21% with a few other fees and things, so 24%, maybe a bit higher with other charges. You can also find this auction on the sale room as well if you wanted to go through there instead. Not an auction house that I know of or have purchased from before, but looks interesting enough. So yeah, without further ado, let's kick off 2024 and have a look what we have. Just to say, if you do enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing, like or comment, because it really does help. If you've got any suggestions for videos or anything like that, please let me know. I've started doing a few more videos about kind of some of the things that I've bought, you know, at auction or elsewhere that you'll find on my channel. So if you're interested in those, please have a look and let me know. So anyway, without further ado, I think we can ignore the medals here. I'm not sure how they've ended up into the musical instrument section, but we have a Corton clarinet in a fitted case. The estimate is 20 to 30. Seems to have picked up some additional silverware pictures there, which is a little bit odd. Not a lot of information there, but that's fair enough. Got a Noble Paris clarinet in a fitted case. Very little information there. It's got a current bid of £20, so 20 to 30 on that. Let's see what else we got here. 19 or 20th century unmarked one-piece back violin. Once again, it's a single picture, so I really don't think we're going to get much info from that. Looks to be probably just a standard kind of trade violin. Got a Clifford Essex & Co. cased 6-string banjo. 20 to 30 the estimate on that. Hohner Melodica in original box, 20 to 30 on that. These are quite cool. Got another violin here, 20th century violin, no label here, in a fitted case. They're not giving us many images, so very difficult to see, but it looks like it's probably another trade instrument. Here's a factory made Chinese lark violin. Once again, they seem to keep on. Oh, it is together with something else, is it? Together with fit together. For some reason, they keep on putting wrong pictures on the listings. That's a bit unfortunate. 2 antique small wooden piccolo flutes. Quite interesting. 20 to 30. Got an Aria Korean electric mandolin there. Pretty standard. Booz & Hawkes London Regent clarinet in fitted box. Another 19th or 20th century German violin. That does look fairly standard as well. Nothing much to see there. At least you can blow up the pictures quite big, so that's quite handy. Another 19th or 20th century violin with bow. Once again, I think we're looking at the standard stuff here. Possibly the same again. 19th, 20th century violin there. This one maybe looks a little bit better. It would be interesting to see better pictures of the bass. Interesting, like red string on that. Don't know what that was. Violin interest. Violin with fitted black case with purple interior. Once again, I suspect that this is just another trade violin, but it is sometimes difficult to tell. We're not going to be able to see that. There's no picture there. Another trade violin here for sure. Another violin with a bow here. That could be an interesting bow. Hard to say. Looks like it could be silver mounted bow. Violin a little bit more interesting than the other ones that we've seen. Kind of arching is a bit curious. Would be good to see additional pictures of that. If you are interested in items and there aren't many pictures, you can just email the auction house and they'll send some to you. Oh look, current bid £600. So I think someone's seen something on this. I'm not sure 100% about the violin, but the bow could be interesting. But 600 is already bid. There's loads and loads of people out there bidding on all these small auctions in the UK. There's loads of dealers and private people, so it is kind of difficult to get anything past anyone. So here's another very low-end trade violin, although the bow looks like it could be better, to be honest. Another violin here. Once again, I don't think it's anything too crazy, but it's really hard to tell from one picture. How do you tell? You just need to look at the first sight of it, look at some of the details and think, you know, is this interesting or not? Saxophone fitted case. Okay, by Julius Keilworth. Estimate 100 to 200. It's got 140 bid already. Another violin. It's another Skylark Chinese violin, so we don't need to look at that. German accordion there. 60 to 80 the estimate. Another violin here. That bow is seen better days. Another violin. That's kind of difficult to tell what's going on from one picture. The scroll looks kind of interesting. 30 to 40. It's a fair estimate though. Be always good to see the back shots of violins. I've got a couple of violins left. Violin case. Bow looks like it could be interesting, but once again, pictures are a bit difficult to tell. Maker's Mark Schraber with receipt from John Arthur Beer of London. Okay, interesting. It could be curious. 100 to 200 the estimate on that. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Another violin by Meskens. Okay, interesting. This looks like an amateur made instrument. Not even sure what's been used for the top here. Bow could be quite interesting. It looks like the head might be nice, but the violin I think is an amateur made instrument there. Another violin here. This looks to be a modern kind of trade instrument there. Another violin. Label reads Ambrogio Ciron. Okay, well, who can tell from this? It just looks like a modern violin of some kind with fairly generic fittings, and it just looks fairly generic, so I'm not really convinced that that's anything, but you never know. Anyway, that seems to be it for the Gerrards auction. So this is the first auction we're looking at in 2024. A few kind of interesting things really, like if you were in the area, I think, are they in Lancashire, and you were able to have a look at the auction in person, you might find that some of these instruments have some curious bows, and some of the violins might be interesting. The other instruments here I think are fairly standard. There's nothing too crazy outside of the violin world, but anyway, that's the first one. If you have any thoughts or comments, please let me know. As always, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time. Ciao.